All right. Well, we're starting a new live stream here. We went live and then somewhere maybe because of the storm lost some connection. So we're hoping this works here to get everyone back on to see if this will actually work.
Is it this one?
We're actually trying to connect ourselves here. So see if this.
That should be us.
No, that's the
That's
recorded.
the first one?
Yeah.
Okay.
That should be us live there.
Yeah, we should be here.
All right. See if that works for us here. We're rebooting here online. Started a new live stream. Hopefully that'll help folks get on. Give it a few minutes here for folks to connect up. Yeah, I'm not sure where we lost everyone. All of a sudden, we start hearing from everybody that we were
Working
losing
now. Thank you.
connection. So maybe because of this storm,
Mountain
but
Traveler.
all right. So it looks like we are back up and rolling. Perfect. Yeah, we got folks joining us online. Thanks for coming back in. If you were with us just a few minutes ago, sorry we dropped out there, froze up. Not sure what's going on because of this crazy snowstorm that we're in the middle of. But for those of you who are maybe you're just joining us, that we were live and now we're back at it. Yeah, we're in the middle of a snowstorm, and we're kind of boxed in at a hostel. And yeah, we're hopefully we can figure out some options to tackle that tomorrow. A slack pack 20 and a half 21 miles, if the shuttle driver will take us around. But if not, then we're gonna be posted up for another day. And yeah, we're excited though. So what we're gonna do is we'll definitely open up for some questions.
Yeah.
If anyone has any questions to talk through and answer anything. But just as you're popping some questions in there, sweet, so let me know if we have any. A little update: we are just north of Hot Springs, North Carolina. So if you keeping up track with us, you're probably watching us in the Smokies right now. But we are north of the Smokies, and we're still surviving out there. It's just that storm that's hitting everybody else around the country has blasted us and got us kind of locked into this spot right now. And because this hostel is in the mountains, it makes it a little bit difficult for us to get out of here. So the shuttle drivers aren't willing to. Yeah,
it's just tough.
And we did have one of the guys who works here. He's hiked multiple through hikes and all the big ones around, and we asked him his opinion if he would go up and hike this next section. And he said, "Yeah, but I'm insane. But there's a ledge up there somewhere that it's only about 100 feet long, but he said it could be a little bit dicey." And
he said it's a 4-foot wide trail.
Yeah.
So, but I mean, with ice and wind, it didn't,
Yeah, so we thought with full packs, we don't want to do it. So we're considering, what if we can slack pack it, we'll do it if he'll take us there. But the roads are so crazy. So, yeah, so we're posted up here in this hostel. This is the
Hemlock
Hollow Hostel, which is a very underrated hostel.
It's awesome.
When you hear about the good hostels out there, this one doesn't get mentioned enough. This is, if you're hiking the Appalachian Trail, you'll see this in about a week or so on our video. There's a lady who's known on trail as the Cookie Lady. And it's at the same exit, or like the same mileage marker as a Cookie Lady is the same mileage marker where this hostel is. So
it's about 15 miles north of, 16 trail miles, 16 and a half trail miles.
North of Hot Springs.
Northeast of Hot Springs.
Yeah.
The exit, I guess, the road is Log Cabin Road.
Yeah.
So the Cookie Lady lives in a log cabin on Log Cabin Road.
Yeah.
She makes homemade cookies, and they're free for hikers. One is free, and then she charges for extra ones. Yeah. So you can get 10 cookies if you want.
I'm not gonna spoil anything else about the Cookie Lady situation. No. You'll have to wait and watch that video in about a week. She's the Cookie Lady. But yeah, so we're posted up in this hostel, and now we're in this like vortex of having to zero out some on mileage, and it's just it's eating us alive. Like we want to be moving, but something cool that has happened is our Smokies family that you got to see us coming through the Smokies with, we were able to do to reconnect today. So
we got a day ahead of them, and now they caught up with us.
They caught up with
so
us.
We're
Yeah.
together here today
Yeah.
and tomorrow. So that's
Yeah.
really nice.
So, got any questions that popped up so far?
Yeah,
So
we had some questions in the other live stream that we lost, and I don't have them here. So start dropping some questions if you guys have any.
Yeah, someone asked if this is live, by the way, so this isn't pre-recorded. This is happening right now. If you're curious about what this isn't a pre-recorded anything.
How are we doing physically? Any issues? We're great.
Yeah.
Nothing.
I would say this is like we probably feel the best right now that we felt physically. So, in fact, if you're watching this, you probably just came off of watching where Sweets had a little issue with her hip. We kind of figured out some stuff there on how to help resolve those issues. So,
I think if I keep up with stretching daily, that's gonna help.
Yeah.
And then I figured out adjusting my pack on the go.
Yeah.
So I have to loosen my hip strap a little bit, but then that puts the weight on my shoulders, and then I have to go back to tightening the strap. So I just have to kind of adjust as I'm hiking. So once I feel a little tweak, as soon as I loosen that hip strap, it's gone.
Yeah.
And then it just takes a little bit to where I can tighten it
again. Tighten it back up. And
it doesn't bother me. So I'm doing that, and hopefully the more I stretch and kind of massage the area, will make the need to do it to adjust my pack like that less. So thanks for all those who have been praying and asking and thinking about me in that way.
Yeah.
I'm doing great with that.
So overall, like our feet are getting used to the pounding now. I just rolled out. You'll see in a future video. I changed out some shoes.
Got over 30 miles already on the new shoes.
Yeah,
and they're breaking in great.
Yep.
My shoes, I'm still in the ones I started with, and they're fantastic.
Yeah,
no
you're
hot
rocking
spots,
those.
No blisters even, none of that. So it's great.
Legs are feeling strong too. I think what we've discovered, I know many of you made some comments just asking, you're probably tired of looking at the back of my head as we're hiking. We found that the rhythm that's best for us pace-wise is for me to be up front and Sweets to be behind for a couple of reasons. One, I push faster uphill than she does. So like sometimes she'll lag a little behind
I'll
on
lag
the up.
behind some if I can't keep up with him going up.
But she's faster going down than I am. So she actually gets to kind of relax a little bit on the way down just because my little short legs.
He has a hard time not keeping up.
And I can't,
So he doesn't want to lag. And then he'll like start tripping or rolling stuff to try to keep up with me going down. It just doesn't work.
Yeah.
Unless it's more level, then I could kind of get in
going
front.
up. She's like, just do your thing and I'll catch up at some point. And it's usually she's not no more than 50 yards behind me.
We don't stay far even when we do get a gap.
But I can't not lag behind. So I'm like trying to keep up with her long legs.
I follow better.
I look like
he
I'm
leads
running.
Better. Yeah. These our videos that we post are 1 week. But
so if you're watching the daily vlog, question. They are 7 days behind from where we currently are. For us, it's not about the safety; it's more about uploading because I edit those at night, and then we have to wait till we get to a place to be able to upload them in order to get those videos sent in. So every day I'm editing and save the video, but then have to wait till I have service to upload them and get them in the queue in order to roll out.
So back to my pack, to answer your question, back to my pack where my hip is bothering me. I think what it is I have some back, neck, shoulder issues. So I make my hip strap rather tight to put more of the weight on my hips.
Yeah.
So I think that's part of it, is that after so many miles in each day with that being now, she's
trying to give her back that relief so it sits on the hips,
and it just kind of
it's just too much
on that nerve a little bit, and lack of stretching. So I think it's a combination of that. I'm stretching some, but I probably just need to stretch some more. So I think stretching and massaging kind of like the sciatica kind of area, and adjusting, not having my hip strap too much. Because if I make my hip strap a little too loose, then I feel all the weight on my shoulders.
I did see how much weight did the rain add to your packs. Luckily, not too bad. So we're doing we shifted out of pack covers to ponchos, which has helped a lot with just the speed of that transition. And we found that rain, when we had rain jackets and pack covers, rain would still just run down and get to the back of your pack. So we just covered everything
The
with a
poncho
poncho.
covers with the hood, then
Yeah.
it just protects
And it breathes a
everything.
little better. So we throw the ponchos on. It seems to be
And
working
we've
better.
done that. He does shorts a lot more often, but
Yeah.
we've done rain and cool, and I've been in shorts, and the poncho does the trick.
Yeah.
And then in my pants, if it's too cold, I put my rain pants on so my hiking pants don't get wet.
Yeah.
Same thing with my shorts. If it's a little too cold and I don't want to get as wet, I put my hiking pants on. It insulates
So
really
luckily
well.
our packs haven't gotten like the little bit of moisture that does hit them is rolling off. So it didn't add a whole lot of weight. And we line our packs with the contractor bags, just a thick contractor bag. So it keeps all of our stuff dry. So that definitely helps with weight. And we have got our pack weights down. She's probably in around 31 to 32 pounds
with
food and water.
I'm about 22
Yeah.
without food and water.
And I'm around 34 to 35 pounds total food and water. And we carry 2 liters at a time. We drink so much water. We found that we needed to keep 2 liters on us, so we weren't stopping
like
to
4 to
filter all the
6
time.
liters.
Yeah,
And it's not
so
summer yet.
with
so
with those extra 4.5 pounds of water plus food and everything, I'm around 35. I'm carrying the full tent and the battery bank, so mine's a little bit heavier.
Ashley, no, I cannot bring a cookie home because I ate it. It's gone. I can't bring you a cookie. I'm so sorry. We are from Louisiana. Thumbs Up is from Louisiana, so
Yep,
that's where we live.
that's home.
I'm
Yeah.
originally from New York, lived about 15 years in New Jersey. That's home for us. We do a Garmin InReach as a satellite.
Yeah. So here's something we were so we have the Garmin InReach Mini, I think is what ours is, and we have it. We were so family could track us and keep up to where we were, and the biggest thing went through the Smokies, and we ended up turning that tracking off because we only had we did 5 days in the Smokies, and so we wanted to limit just in case we needed SOS, and we finally are rebooting it, recharging it up here so that we can prepare. For that to get back on yet. But yeah, it's definitely a big help for sure.
I didn't send home too much winter stuff, and I probably won't send home anything else. I just sent home like a beanie and a stuff sack, which was fleece lined. I think that might be...
And yeah, that's it. I think
that's about it. But between a few other little things that aren't just winter attire related, we each may have dropped about 5 pounds. He might have dropped 6 or so, and I might have dropped like 4.
I think even with food and water, I don't think I ever crossed 40 pounds of a pack.
But down to 34,
but yeah,
close to 5.
I was probably 38, 39 pounds, and so
I
now,
probably dropped just under 5.
Yeah.
With kind of thinning out our packs a little bit.
Yep.
Yes, don't you worry. Thumbs Up will keep his humor all throughout. He just can't help himself. And part of his humor is cracking on me and causing, just all that.
Hey, you got to do something to pass the time.
Yeah.
And
he likes to give me a hard time.
sometimes that just happens.
And I'm used to it. So it is what it is.
Yeah. And most of the time, we don't even capture all those little moments. Honestly, so you guys, you get to see me hiking, but I don't always know when she's filming because the same things happen whether we're filming or not. So she starts singing and I start dancing, and I don't know that I'm being filmed. So you're catching some of that stuff as like I don't even realize what's going on.
Yeah, I just start filming. He has no idea.
She gives no warning. It just happens.
Almost every time he doesn't know it's coming.
Yep.
So.
And she don't change her voice when she's talking to the camera or to me. So sometimes she's speaking to you guys on camera, and I think she's talking to me.
He'll start talking to me.
And that's why I'm answering.
You can't always hear it because he's talking away from the camera, but sometimes he'll be like, yeah, I know, right?
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm not talking to you. We're sort of under a time constraint. If anybody from work is listening, I told him I'd be back at work July 1st. If it's later than July 1st, we can work with that. But that's why we're trying to finish by the end of June so I can get back to work the 1st of July.
We've had a few delays just with weather stuff, but also we wanted to make sure that we're priming our bodies to be able to push the big miles as they come. And we're at, we feel good now. Like the
Yeah.
joints feel good, the muscles feel good. We feel like we got, I would call them semi trail legs right now, and semi
Mm-hmm.
trail hunger right now. Like even today, we've had we're like just nonstop hungry
Yeah. Like
and
when we're doing nothing,
doing
the hunger
nothing.
does not
It
stop.
does not stop. So I think that's part of why we're so anxious to be moving, is because like our appetites are just churning. So
We want to give our appetites a reason to be
yeah,
there.
we have this like little thing we've been saying, that we've talked through for years, but is that we want to earn it, not burn it. So earn the calories, not burn the calories. And right now, we ain't earning anything just sitting
It's
here
okay,
in the
though.
hostel. So we're ready, and just it feels good to move. It feels
Yeah.
weird not having the packs on and not moving, but it's not a time constraint for us. It's more of a goal. We're really trying to
Yeah.
push ourselves to get there by the end of June. And we have a couple of people who are actually in our little pocket right now, our little bubble,
Mm-hmm.
that are also shooting for a similar time frame, and we're all just antsy to get moving. And this storm hits right as we're all primed and ready to roll. We get this little
Mm-hmm.
snowstorm that's locked us up for a few days. So hopefully, we're about to hit the Rhone Highlands with some good weather. So that's going to be
Yeah.
nice to knock out some miles. And then we got about 200 miles to Damascus, Virginia. And we're looking at what are some realistic goals of how we can knock out those 200 miles in a pretty quick amount of time.
So 1 to 100, how much are we in trail shape
I would say
so far?
probably, maybe in the 90s of like trail. I've lost 32 pounds so far on trail. I'm down 32 pounds. So I'm basically have lost my
Your
almost
pack.
my pack weight. So it
He's
feels
lost
like
my
I'm just
pack.
walking from what I was at
Yeah,
weight wise. So
Pretty much. It's just not all on his back. But
yeah,
still.
for me, I feel like I'm, which I'm still. That still puts me at 248 pounds at 5'7". So I'm still a big fella,
Mm-hmm.
but my legs and body just feel really good right
We
now.
started
And
out pretty strong hikers.
yeah,
But we have just in the 290 miles, we have gotten stronger.
yeah.
So percentage from when we started to say what we expect to be at Katahdin.
Overall, yeah, my expectation of what I would want for trail condition, I feel like I'm at maybe call it 85% of what I would hope to be at, just because it feels.
You think you'll only gain another 15% strength from day one to Katahdin?
Yeah, I think so. I think
I'll get significantly stronger
Yeah.
between now and Katahdin. So I might say
I think I may get faster because of if I drop some more weight. If I'm down another 20 pounds, say by the time we get to Katahdin, I think I'll be faster and be able to keep up with her a little bit. If you watch when she films down, many of you have commented about how fast it looks like we're moving. But I have little short legs.
So he's like,
And so my legs are
going
like
a shorter distance.
And when I noticed it whenever I said, "Hey, take the lead," and she's just walking downhill, strolling, and I am bouncing. I feel like I'm running a marathon to keep up, and couldn't even catch her. And she's just in New York mode, just walking the long legs, striding.
That
so
means on a mission and
Yeah.
moving fast is my New York mode because
Yeah.
he's from the South.
So yeah, overall maybe 85%, and I'd say probably for you, you're probably about 2/3 of the way there of what I think you could be at, because she'll really it's probably maybe that's not your lungs. I think it's energy level for her that's mainly trying to catch up, because we joked in the early days about how I feel like we were dragging these guys up a mountain at times, and I think my load feels like it's getting lighter because it physically, is getting lighter.
Yeah, like I said,
And-
I feel like I have a sled connected to my pack and
Yeah.
I'm dragging the sled up. And then he was like, yeah, and I feel like I've got a couple big fat guys in the sled. And
in a hot tub full of water, and I dropped those guys off into her sled, and mine's gotten lighter. So, but yeah, overall feeling pretty
yeah,
good.
we're kind of getting there. Sure, Avery, we'll bring you a rock home.
No. So Avery, no, my niece, I'm not. If you've watched the video, I'm done making rock
She got
deals.
it from Grandpa.
I'm
Grandpa's
not.
rubbing off
I'm
on
not
her.
picking up rocks for anybody. I'm not toting rocks around for anybody. I'm done with rocks. I left that last rock on Klingman's, and it's not coming. Nothing else is coming back with me. I'm done with rocks.
Leave only footprints.
That's right. That's right.
Take only memories.
It was kind of fun though, like being able to share that story with folks. And what I've discovered is that nobody else's dad puts these rock conditions on them, and I've been toting a rock around for 25 years. So
yeah. So to power our stuff, we have 2 power banks. One is 50 milliamp and one
50,000 milliamps.
50,000 milliamps, yeah.
Yeah.
And one is 10,000 milliamps, so 60 between the 2 of us. So our phones, we can normally get almost 2 full days between all the videoing, but then we recharge.
Yeah.
And that can get us, like we did the Smokies with 0 electricity, 5 full days.
And that powered up both of our phones as much as we needed. Got my headphones charged up.
That was pretty much it. We decided we didn't use the Garmin because that takes a lot of juice.
Yep.
And I didn't need to recharge my watch or my headphones, so it did both of our phones and his headphones for 5 full days.
And like she does, we use an app called Far Out, which is how we track all the mileage of everything and know where water stops are and sources and hostels and all that stuff. And so because of that, we are like we check that quite often. That drains. We usually check with her phone, and she does a lot of the videoing with her phone. Then on mine, I'm tracking our mileage with Strava, which is it's a running app, but it tells you how far you've gone. And so we don't have to constantly just see, just nice to know how many miles we've done so far. And so I do that plus edit at night. And so we both drain to it takes about 60% of our battery per day.
Yeah.
And so we try to reboot a little bit up.
Being skimpy on it if we're doing what we feel we want to do for the day.
And especially if we're staying on airplane mode. So we figure we can go, they say you can go about 4 to 5 days each person with 30,000 milliamps if you're vlogging. And so we got 60. And taking the reason it's 50 and 10 is because that 50,000 milliamp brick is lighter than having a couple of 20s.
Yeah.
So we went that route.
Yeah.
But yeah, good question.
And I have it's a smartwatch, but it's not Apple. It's just like a no name.
Yeah.
It was like $30 on Amazon, but it tracks all my little like fitness kind of stuff, and obviously it tells the time.
Yeah.
So I got that.
I do see here, Sparky1 asked, do you have hiker hunger yet? And the answer is, I think we started with hiker hunger.
It didn't take long.
Yeah.
It was like day one.
I have a big appetite. And,
I do too.
And she has a snackatite.
I just eat all day.
Yeah.
Like I've said, if my name wasn't Sweets, it would be Snacks, because all I do is snack.
Yeah.
Yeah, and to update.
I was saying most of the time I turn around and like she's munching on something, or I'll hear it from the fanny pack. Zzz.
So y'all, we had a trail angel who right before we started to hike, gave me a tip. If I take the straps of my poles and carabiner them together, then they're like kind of long to the poles, and I just drop it behind my head, and because the lid on the pack is there, it just sits and hangs, so I got free hands without having to like stash away my poles or whatever. So I just throw those things back, and I dig in my fanny pack, and I snack and then take them back up. And I get my water bottle out of my thing, and I drink it as it goes. So I'm just like busy doing all my stuff, and he's all he's doing is hiking, and I'm videoing and eating and drinking water, and I'm looking on the app and doing all that kind of stuff.
Yep.
To update, if you came in just a little bit late, we are in a hostel. We got here, we're about 15 miles north of Hot Springs. We got here 16 and a half hiking miles.
Yeah.
We got here yesterday, so we spent the night today. We spent the night last night.
And we're stormed in, snowstormed in right now.
No hiking today.
Yep.
We're spending the night tonight. We'll likely 0 tomorrow. And we'll spend the night tomorrow night. So it's most likely that we won't get back on trail until Wednesday morning. We'll hike out of here.
Yeah.
If it is safe to hike tomorrow, the plan is that the shuttle from here will drop us off about 20 miles north, and we'll hike back to this hostel. So either way, we're spending the night again.
Yeah, because tomorrow night's temperatures are really low.
Whether we're cold and wet and whatever from staying inside or hiking outside, we're going to be in a bed and we can shower.
Yeah.
We may even wash clothes tomorrow.
And I see it asked about the tornadic threats. So tornado wise, that hit mainly Georgia on the AT, and so we're up in near Hot Springs, North Carolina, so it didn't affect us. The winds were crazy yesterday, 55-mile-an-hour gust. You'll see on the video in about a week when it posts. They were pushing us sideways some, but yeah, pretty crazy.
Congratulations on your weight loss.
Oh, thanks.
Yeah. So I have. Oh,
okay,
what? What you were gonna answer?
No. So I'm just saying you skip past someone who also is in the short leg club. So,
yes.
Yeah, they can relate.
So I track my steps. Thumbs Up doesn't have a step counter, but I have one, and I'm a sucker for like logging stuff and calculating stuff and spreadsheets and all that. So I'm actually calculating my macros, my steps, trail miles, but then extra miles.
Yeah.
So it ends up being, I mean, it depends on the miles per day, but a lot of days are like 35,000 to 45,000 steps. Now, this is not Apple, and it's not very accurate watch, so
yeah,
who
I
really
wouldn't
knows?
trust that.
I don't really trust it.
But I do know that they say it's an average of, they say on average about 5 million steps to Maine. And I've decided Sweets will probably do it in 5, and it's going to take me about 8 million steps on the same trail while in front of her because of my stride.
But we'll let you know at the end, because I have for every day, keeping track of all those different factors.
Yeah.
So then I'll be able to like add them up and all that.
I think the driftwood was about if I'll carry anything else. No driftwood, no rocks, no nothing.
Okay, Mom, we'll send you guys that link.
Yep.
The bathroom situation, like on the trail.
Yeah, so I'll start with saying they have privies out here, which are like little porta potties at shelters, and most of the time they are pretty disgusting. There's no cleaning staff, so unless you have someone who cleans it before you use it, we found that it's best just to dig the 6-inch cat hole.
Yeah.
And go to the bathroom.
And those privies are where you share germs, and I'm not
interested where people get viruses.
In getting viruses from someone else's stuff.
So we stay away from the streams, and we stay away from camp.
The great outdoors. Nature's toilet.
And I mean, maybe since you ask, it may be too much information for some of you, but the trail, just the fact that you're bouncing up and down so much, it keeps you pretty regular. So it's usually 2 to 3 times a day. We're stopping for some kind of bathroom break along the way, and you got a great scenery while you're out there using the bathroom. It's just wonderful.
It's fantastic.
Yeah.
Yeah, Barnaby, I can send you my spreadsheets if you want. I totally geek out on it. I love it. No, I don't think we started too early in the season. We intentionally started this early.
Yeah.
We knew that we'd have cold weather, potential winter storms and all that, but one benefit is we get ahead of the bubble of all the hikers, and that avoids the traffic on trail, the viruses and all that.
Yeah.
We also get ahead of some of the bugs and stuff like that. Like, we'll have it further up the trail. You won't ever avoid, bugs and everything.
And honestly, I think the number one reason for me above all that stuff, while those are beneficial, is that we got to start with the views in Georgia, North Carolina, where people who are starting in mid-March and April, it'll start turning green. I think
they call it the green tunnel because on the trail you see ahead of you and you just see the beautiful trees and you can't see through the trees to see the views.
Yeah.
So we have at least this stretch until everything starts budding.
And it's, when it's 20 degrees outside, I'm still sweating like crazy.
Yes.
And we're drinking 4 to 5, 6 liters of water a day. In the summer months, as it gets
hotter. If
hotter,
it were a month or two later, the entire hike would be the heat of the summer. So we at least have the cool of the winter.
Yeah.
The moderate of the spring,
the
and then the heat of the
crazy,
summer.
the crazy wild
When we're
temper
up
tantrum of
north,
the
will be the
spring.
summer.
Then,
Yeah. So I'm very happy
yeah.
with our choice to
It
start
may be
early.
early for the average person. Like I think on average, you have to kind of assess what you're comfortable with. We're comfortable in the cold, so overall, I think it was
Ooh,
a good time
60
of
mile
season
per
for
hour
us.
winds in Texas. Yeah, I saw the wind advisory and the freezing and below freezing temperature in that area
Yeah.
in the deep south and all that. We're glad you're enjoying and learning too. Like
Yeah.
that's a big reason why we're doing not just vlogs but daily vlogs, because we want to be informative, encouraging, inspiring, and all that.
And want you to see through our eyes. So, like a lot of vlogging, you'll see that a lot of people, it's all about just the story and they're focusing on themselves. And people have come in, and we're glad that you're seeing it this way. Is that our aim is to show you what we're seeing. So, you're able to see the trail and the changes of the trail and the conditions of the trail. And so, as it gets a little more rugged and difficult in places, we want to show those things too.
Yeah.
And just to see what it looks like out there, and not just what someone's face looks like while they're on trail. So we're trying to capture that as well.
Yeah, and then
along
share
the way.
what y'all can't really see on your from home. You could see what we're seeing,
Yeah.
and that's pretty cool. So our shoes, my shoes are fantastic. I started with about 100 miles on them, and we're really close to 300 miles in, and I'll probably replace them in the next 1 to 200 miles.
Yeah, we're thinking Damascus is where she'll change out.
He'll get less miles out of his shoes. He started out with more on them and just replaced them.
Yeah. So I started with about 150 or 200 miles on mine and got almost 300 miles out of them. So for me,
Yeah.
I can get about 400 miles to 500
4 to
miles
500
out of trail runners.
I'll probably get 500 to 600
And
before we replace them.
I'm real hard on shoes. And here's what's crazy is we'll end a day and I look like I have just been through a tornado, and she looks like she just walked out of REI. And I don't know how she does it. We're on the same trail, and then my legs are covered in mud.
I'm a girl.
Shoes are destroyed, mud on my face, and she walks out just spick and span. So I guess I'm clearing the path for her along the way.
Yeah.
But yeah, so my shoes, I'll probably get 400 to 500 miles out of shoes, and she may get 600 out of hers.
Our knees are, 40-something-year-old knees. They do great going up, and then going down, we feel it. So we take it a little slower going down. And by the end of the day, the rest that the evening and sleeping through the night is enough. And when we start the next day, we feel fresh.
Yeah.
So,
we've
been doing well
You've
so
probably
far.
noticed, I probably still have it on as you're watching, had a knee brace on my left knee back in Georgia around mile 60-ish, I guess. Somewhere in that range is Trey Mountain, and that was the day it was raining and we were slack packing. I kind of tweaked it. This is the day you saw me get real muddy. That was covered in mud. I did a little tweak on that knee there. I have an old knee injury from a mountain climb we did years ago with my meniscus, and it kind of tweaked it. So I was like, I know if I wear this brace for a week or so, it'll be fine. So I put that brace on. I wore it for almost 2 weeks.
Yeah.
And then took it off, and it's been good. And
It's been great.
yeah, so I'm feeling pretty good right now with it. So yeah, knees are holding up pretty good.
Yeah. Are we going to trail days?
So we're kind of up in the air on that one. There's a lot of factors that depend on that. How far we get, how remote we are when that time comes. Discussing it and contemplating it right now. So that'll probably be a conversation that happens sometime in late April.
Yeah, we'll have to see where we are. We'd like
Yeah.
to, if we can logistically make it
If
work.
we can make it work, and we've got people who we've passed behind us that we're kind of buddied up with, who are like, hey, we'd love to go. If you're heading that direction, let us know. We'll all.
It would probably take 3 zeros and some logistics to line up.
Yeah.
So we want to try to make it work.
Yeah.
So we'll just have to see.
If possible, yeah. But if we're in the middle of nowhere, Vermont, by that point, it may not be realistic for us to do it.
Yeah, we have a question. Do you think you have your trail legs yet? I think enough. I think we're feeling strong. We've increased miles from day one. We've averaged, after today and tomorrow zeros, the average has gone down, but as of yesterday, we were over 13 miles a day average to that point. So, I mean, that's for the first 3 weeks, right? Because we just started week 4.
Yeah.
That's not bad. Our overall average, we'd like to be 18.3 is what it would equate to be if, everything kind of lines up. So doing more than 20 and then having days that's more than 30, that balances out. So overall, we're happy. We've done more zeros than we wanted to do so far, but we believe we'll be able to make those up at the back end.
Yeah, and even in the middle, I think the middle will be a big help for us. So we do right now, like on our bigger days have been 16, 17, 18 miles. And those days have felt really good to us.
Yeah.
And like yesterday we did, like she said, it was 17 by the time with everything, with some trail magic we got and stuff.
And we took some vistas.
Yeah, and we walked to a lot of people and had some great conversations and took some pictures and video of little lookout spots. And
we're enjoying it. We're not just barreling through.
And did it in great time.
Yeah.
And like that 17 took us a little over 7 hours to do. And we didn't feel like we were just running through the trail.
Yeah.
It felt like we were, and that had some elevation.
And we felt good.
I think we were still at 4,800 feet of elevation gain for the day. So, it was a good-sized day, long miles, fast time, and felt great. And so we feel like we're ready to bump up some mileage, and we're going to slow our way into that, but try to work our way up a little bit and just see. So we're hoping to hit in the coming week or so to start compounding maybe some 20 milers in there where they allow for it, and see how those feel. And and we don't want to hurt ourselves, so like just take it with what feels right.
Yeah.
Until our bodies are full, but they feel pretty good.
Yeah.
Legs feel real strong right now.
Tiffany, we took 1 0 in Fontana. At the dam, we took a 0, and we've taken about 3 Neros so far, and then today is a 0.
Yeah.
And tomorrow, most likely, we'll have to see how the weather is. That may be another 0. So
a Nero being a near 0, a lot of people classify that if it's 5 or under, and for us, we classify that if it's 10 or under.
Under 10. So 1 Nero was 6, 1 Nero was 7, 1 Nero was 8. I think that's what we've done so far.
Yeah.
But thanks. And thanks, Mark. We're enjoying it. It's tough and it's fun.
So let's see here. Any Tramley members yet? So we do have a group of 5 of us that did the Smokies together. You'll see a little more about them as you're finishing up the Smokies videos over this couple of days. And you've met Junk Food now a few times probably on trail. Junk Food Jen has just connected back up with us today. We haven't seen her in a few days, as well as Big Man and Thunder and
with the dogs.
And they got their dog. Big Man's dog Storm back. So
yeah, the 3 of those guys and the dog just showed up today.
We bypassed them. They took a 0 after the Smokies, and we kept moving forward. And then we 0'd today, so they caught up with us. And, we haven't seen them since we woke up early to get out of the Smokies, and so that was a long day out. And so we started early because we had to catch a ride and stuff. But we haven't seen them since then. And so it was like a little Tramley reunion.
It really did feel like a reunion. It was so nice. It felt like, meeting up with family. It's really cool.
So at this hostel that we're at, they tally everything up, and so like they have like a resupply and some food and stuff. And so we've been here for like a day, and they sell these little mini burritos. And so I got like 4 of them yesterday. And they're not very big. They're like little tiny burritos.
They're like a Hot Pocket size.
Yeah, and then I had a few more today. And so on our
lunch
little
and dinner,
our little tally mark thing, it has like all the tallies of the burritos. And so when they were checking in, they saw my burrito tally, and their first thing they text when they got here was, "Hey, this is the burrito police. You can no longer eat any more burritos." And so I was like, they're here.
They snooped on our tab and they saw all the burritos.
We got so giddy, we got excited, we rushed over to say hello, and
it was really nice.
It was nice,
heartwarming.
So they're kind of our Tramley at the moment. We may get separated as mileage starts to separate, but yeah.
We don't have any side quests planned unless you consider the potential of trail days a side quest. I'm from New York, so we don't plan on going into New York City. That's a big one that
Yeah, a lot
I
of
would
people do
encourage
that.
anybody through hiking. If you haven't been to New York or you haven't experienced it enough, like that's definitely a worthwhile quest, whether it's
Yeah, because it's right down the road
a
and you're
day
up
or
there.
two, or if you have time and take 5 days or so, I think that's great. But we're not going to take the time for that just because that's home.
Yeah.
But no, we don't have
And a
any
lot of
other.
because we've been up in this area and visited a lot of places like Hershey, Pennsylvania, and all we've visited a lot of those places already. So we don't plan for a whole lot of side quests. If we do any kind of little side things, it would potentially be like for trail days,
Yeah,
or it would be something related to connecting with people.
yeah,
So like if there's like something with our tramline, we're going to take a day off and do something together, or if there's just somebody we meet along on the trail or something that
mm-hmm.
as a trail angel, and they're like, hey, we'd love to treat you to this or
Oh, are we
something, then we might.
frozen?
Froze up again. Can you hear us?
Are we there? That came in pretty recently, so it shouldn't have
Yeah.
been long.
Can you hear us out there?
Not frozen.
Not frozen. Okay.
Okay.
Good.
I thought we might have gotten frozen.
Yeah. We got a little worried there. We had a little freeze up earlier, but
The Freedom Trail in Boston, we have not. I don't know that we'll do that on this
yeah,
trip.
probably not on this go around. Mainly because of these early days of having to take some of the breaks, because these zeros, it kind of it may mess up a little bit of our back end timing. We have about a week buffer on the back end that we could be delayed, and we're already carving into some of that. So, but like if we still want to, we would rather focus on like some of the tradition things versus the side quests.
AT related,
Yeah. But
experiences
so
along
far,
the trail.
man, it's been such an amazing little, like, the stuff along the way and the connecting with people and doing the activities and fun things while out here have been awesome. So
Oh yeah, some of those, like those are great. I don't know who in the shadow of the mountain. DC, we've done that a couple times.
Yeah.
New York, like I said, that's home for us. We lived in East Tennessee for
Yeah.
5 years.
But hey, the world's largest buffet in Pennsylvania, that could be calling my name.
But that's really close to home. Maybe we could take mom and dad one time and go to the world's largest buffet.
I'm just saying, I will wake up.
Or do it on trail.
I'll wake up at 3 a.m.
Do you know
to start hiking.
what part of PA the world's largest buffet
Where is this buffet? Because I may try to slack pack for 4 days and hit that thing every day for some time.
So back, just real quick, we haven't had an opportunity to set up and tear down our tent in the rain yet. The most rain we've had has been in the Smokies.
And you had to stay in a shelter.
We had to stay in a shelter in the Smokies. So, but we will do our best to film. If I typically set up and tear down the tent while he does water and fire and all that kind of other stuff. So we'll try to capture that.
One of the things
in the rain.
we've realized is that it makes it faster if you can get in and out of a shelter in the morning, because you don't tear the tent down. But it's warmer in your tent, so if it's raining, it's easier to go ahead and just set up in a shelter because it's fast. Your stuff stays dry, and
so
you
definitely
can
if
be in
it's
and
not
out.
cold and we have an option of a shelter, then we won't set up our tent.
Yeah, but if it's so far the shelters, we haven't had any issues with like mice and stuff in the shelters, and got some stuff coming in the next week or so that I won't say anything about, just so you guys can experience it as you watch it with the vlogs. But
so this buffet, everybody listen up, because if you're ever near in the PA whatever vicinity, you want to know where this buffet is. It's called the Shady Makes Smorgasbord. Is that right? 50 miles off trail. So we probably won't do it because that's probably a little too far than we want to get off trail. But that's not too far, Mom and Dad.
That's a 1 hour drive.
When we're home.
That's a 1 hour drive. I'll wake up at 3 o'clock in the morning.
Okay, so maybe we will.
I'll hike faster than you've ever seen these little short legs hike.
We're going to see what our stomachs tell us
buffet.
when we're in the vicinity.
The world's largest.
And if our stomachs say, y'all could hitch a ride and go.
Maybe on the way down to trail days. we'll stop by this buffet.
Oh, you want to film some camp chores?
Shady Maple
get into that.
Smorgasbord.
Shady.
Yep.
Yeah, did I say that wrong? I probably
I
did.
think you corrected it. So,
oh, Shady Maple Smorgasbord. Write it down. Take a note. You want to go. Okay.
Awesome. Yeah. Thanks for keep watching us. You guys have been so incredible and loyal. We try to respond to comments as often as we can. Watching us every day. We enjoy to hear from you whenever we pop into a place we have signal. We love to catch up on the comments and.
Yeah.